Good morning. I have a little something in my hands, oops, that way, that I'm going to test this week. So I'm going to start by showing you what I have, the reason I have it, and by the end of the video, you'll have seen the outcome of my test of this item. So a few videos back, we talked about chemicals and the impact of the nasties in our personal care items. So I ordered No Pong, and it's a deodorant that is all natural and it's not opening very easily. Now, I've tried natural deodorants and not really been a fan of any of them. So, as I always say, I don't swap out to a natural version of anything until I find one I'm happy with. I'm not going to use a deodorant that doesn't work for me because that's just going to make me feel terrible about myself if I think I smell. Okay, and it's the same with any other product I use. I keep searching for a better version that is better for my body and not going to cause inflammation and make lipedema worse. But until I find that, I keep using what I know. Whether that's right or wrong, that's just how I handle things. But once I find something I'm happy with, then great, I can move on to the next thing. So I've heard a lot about this brand. I think it's an Australian brand. I'm not sure. So I got three. I got the original, the OG. I got the original. I don't know what the difference is between that original and that original. No idea. And this one's called Luscious Limes. And they've got original written on them because you can now also get ones that don't have baking soda in it. Because my understanding is that some people are quite allergic to it or intolerant to the baking soda and it causes problems. So let's have a smell. Oh, that's the Luscious Lime. That smells delicious. Oh, the original, that's not the OG, is oh yeah, it is made with love in Australia. That's a like a citrusy lemongrass smell. And it comes off very easily. I don't know if that means it will come off easily in your bag when you're traveling. I'm not sure. But oh, that's that lemon. I love lemongrass, so that's probably my favorite at this point. And the OG is like a not quite as strong lemongrass smell, but very similar to the other one. I smell the lime again. Yeah, that's average. That's not bad. It's like I guess if you didn't want to kind of smell of anything in particular, let's go. I really like the that one. That's got the strongest lemongrass smell. Now, my understanding is you just do this and rub it on. That's my understanding. So we'll do it on both sides. Oh, oh, smells divine. Okay, day one in the bag. I'm going to test this every day for 7 days and I will let you know the outcome and whether or not I think I smell because we walk every day. Even though it's winter here, it's still warm. It's still in the, high 20s kind of thing at this point. And because I walk every day, that will be a good test of whether or not this does the job. All right. See you tomorrow. Okay, day two of the No Pong challenge. Now, yesterday it worked very well. I didn't smell at all, and I'm going to put it on while we chat. I definitely did not notice any smell, which is awesome. I don't know how much you meant to even put on, but anyway, that's about it. Um, However, when we were walking in the afternoon, taking our afternoon walk, I felt wet. Not really wet, but because I never feel wet, it was like, oh yeah, it's a deodorant, not an antiperspirant. So I don't know how I would feel about that in the summer here because it is winter, so the humidity is low and it's not as bad. And I'm always in air conditioning. So we'll just see how I feel about that. It's something that I guess you get used to, and your sweat glands are meant to actually sweat. We just get used to the niceness of not doing it. So we'll see how I feel as time goes by on that. I don't think I'm a big sweater. I was never a sweater at all when my thyroid was not in control. So we'll just see where it's at now. But still love the smell, and I love that there was no smell, so I didn't have any issues at all with odor yesterday. Again, I'm not sure. I'm a big odor person anyway, so it's hard to kind of say how it would work for you. But yeah, day 2, here we go. Good morning. Day 3 has arrived, and we're about to go for a walk. It's hubby's days off, so therefore we walk in the mornings. So we're I didn't walk yesterday actually, so I didn't feel any kind of wetness or anything like that because I didn't go and do anything. But so far, definitely no smell. No Pong is very accurate in its naming of the product because I've smelt nothing, and I'm always checking under my arms because I'm paranoid like that. All right, so it'll be interesting, although it is winter here now, but we're still in the 20s, that's Celsius, and God, it smells so good. So we will see what a walk does in the morning rather than in the late afternoon. So that's it for day 3. Good morning. Day 4 of the No Pong challenge, and the other one, the third one, is in the bathroom. So far, I'm loving it. Okay. Yes, it's kind of winter here, so it's not our usual high temperatures, but I'm loving it. And I love that feeling of, I know I haven't put chemicals under my arms today. So that surprised me more than anything. The other thing so far is that in black clothes, that's one, and I wear black for filming and I wear black for other things, it leaves a white mark, whether or not, I'm assuming because it's baking soda that's what that is, but it's wash day today. So I will find out if it comes out in the wash. I'm assuming it will, because I haven't seen anything to suggest that it would stain your clothes. But do keep that in mind if you decide to buy it and you're going to wear a black evening low-cut dress or something like that where the white could show up. These don't matter because they've got sleeves and they're walking clothes and things like that. So that's where I'm at on day 4. Loving it. Again, how will it be in the heat? No idea, but I always go with the flow and do what I can. And I figure if for half the year or more than half the year I'm not putting chemicals under my arms, then that's better than the whole year, right? So we will see. And I'm not that person to go, oh no, I've got to be the natural. As I've said in the beginning of this, if I can find a natural alternative that does the job, then perfect. But that's just me. Other people out there are dogmatic and like, I can do it. More power to you. I think that's awesome if you can. I just can't. That's just who I am at this point in time. So that's it for day 4. We will see you tomorrow. Good morning. Day 5 of the No Pong challenge has arrived, and same. I love it. I actually really love it. And I'm like, I don't know if it's in my mind or what, but I definitely do not smell. Definitely not. Again, it's winter here, so we'll see in summer. But don't smell. I don't really sweat, but that's probably just me with thyroid issues and all that kind of thing. And I know a lot of people use natural deodorant and don't worry about the sweating. So that could be you. I've not sweated most of my life, so I think any little bit of sweat will make me uncomfortable to begin with. But, I've changed my mind on lots of things over the years, so this could be one of them. Okay. The washing's still on the line from yesterday. Don't judge me. But it looks like the white, so the bicarb that's in it, came out no problems. So it would only be an issue, as I said yesterday, if you are wearing a black sleeveless dress out somewhere, it might be obvious. That would be the only thing that I would think would be an issue. But I imagine if you just wet it down or just make sure you don't put on your dress until that is completely dry. Although even dry, I think it just sort of kind of rubs off the whiteness. Editing Kylie here. I just thought I would pop in. So I don't know if you can see. Let me go back. Hang on. Let me move my computer down. There we go. Look at that. So this happened. Where are we there? I put my top on after I'd put the deodorant on. So, and because it's a tight, stretchy top, it wiped over. And so I suppose I could wet it, it probably would come up. But here's my suggestion there is to put your clothes on and then put your deodorant on. That way there's no stress about it getting on your clothes. And as I said, maybe if I go and wipe it, it will come off. I don't know, but sometimes that's not an option if you're out somewhere. So I think that unless you're wearing white and it won't notice, that the biggest tip would be get dressed, then put it on. That's just my thoughts. All right, back to editing. So that would be the only thing that I'd go like, don't know. But other than that, I was going to do 7 days and I'll miss tomorrow because it's the same. There's nothing more to tell you. It's great. I smell fine. I don't smell of anything is kind of how it works. I can smell the fragrances, the essential oils in it when I first put it on, but after an hour or two, I just smell of nothing. I've checked it with my husband. He agrees. I don't smell of anything because that's important. And that's the main thing, isn't it, right? So I love it. And I think that if you want to give it a go, because this Australian money, this was like $6 each or something like that. And I just ordered them online and I ordered 3 different flavors and things. I don't know how long one of these is meant to last. I guess I'll catch you up on that when the time comes that I have run out of them. But I've got 3, so I love them. And I would be more than willing to try other brands at this point now that this is, although you tend to stick with what you know works, right? So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so I'll come back one more time on the 7th day to double report. But I would highly recommend, for the sake of $6 Aussie, I think they ship all over the world. I would be surprised if they do not, even though it's an Aussie brand. In fact, I'll find that out before I come back on day 7. And I would highly recommend them and give it a go and see how you feel, because the more we can remove any extra chemicals from our life, the better off we're going to be. Okay, that's the bottom line, is like, what can we remove that's not going to affect our lives? It's not going to make our lives worse, because if you still stink with something like this that's natural and you're constantly thinking about it and stressing about, can people smell you? That's not going to do you any good. The stress will do more harm than the chemicals in the normal deodorant. Okay, so that's the point. It's got to be something that you are totally comfortable with, that you totally forget about when you're wearing, which I do until I see it on the bathroom bench or when I sit down here, because I've got these 2 in the office. I'm not even thinking about it. And that's the point. Okay, that's freedom. That's what we want in a alternative. You know, back in the day, back in centuries ago, everybody stunk, so it didn't matter. But not so much now. So most of us, some don't care, more power to you, but I do. So for me, and it's about me. It's not about other people. It's about, how do I feel? Am I comfortable with them smelling me? Am I comfortable with them seeing my sweat marks? It's all about you and it's all about me. It's what we feel and think that matters when it comes to replacing our products for something that's chemical free. All right. I will see you shortly for day 7. Day 7 has arrived. Good morning. Okay, so here was the answer to the washing, and this is the top that I'd been wearing, and same as my exercise one, but they're both the same, and washes perfectly out. So the white bicarb or whatever it is, it doesn't stay in your clothes. So I stand by what I said though. If you're wearing a sleeveless top out somewhere at night, it may potentially cause a bit of white on that. So you may want to wear a white sleeveless top, but it certainly doesn't come through to the other side if you're wearing sleeves and that kind of thing. So that is literally the only thing that I would comment on, and it doesn't affect me. I don't wear a lot of sleeveless tops, which surprises me after having my arms done. I do sometimes, and maybe once we move to Asia, I'll be wearing more of them because it's hotter, but who knows? And, I will test it again then, and always keep an eye out on, is it working for me still? Is it not working for me? In the end, I would highly, highly recommend trying it and see if it works for you. See if having the dampness, because it's not an antiperspirant. Remember, the aluminium in the roll-ons and all that kind of thing, the purpose of them is to block your ducts, which is not ideal, right? So it will depend on how heavy a sweater you are. I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and the sweat was, round here, and it didn't look ideal. Some people don't care. I care. For me, I'm not going to be doing that, but I'm not a big sweater. We'll see how that pans out. But the slight dampness that I have experienced throughout the 7-day trial, nothing, it didn't cause wetness on my clothing or anything like that. I could just feel it was slightly damp. So that was it. So that's something that I'll just have to get over. And I will, because I feel really, how would you say, I feel really free. I don't know, because deodorant has been a big issue for me, because I've never been able to find one that I'm like, yeah, you know what? This one will work for me. And I can say, this one will work for me. And like everything I say and everything I do, it will work for me until it doesn't. And that may be forever. That may be once we move to Asia and it's too hot. So it's kind of like, I'm not afraid anymore with diet, with chemicals, with replacement products, all of that kind of thing. I'm not afraid anymore to go, oh, you know what? That one's not working anymore. Let's try something different. Oh, we might have to go back to the chemicals until we find something better. I'm not afraid of that anymore. And I don't want you to be afraid of that, because everything you try and test for yourself, and you've got to give it a fair test, right? That's the thing, whether it's food, chemicals, body products, hair shampoo, all the things, you've got to give it a fair go, because there's always a transition period, particularly with hair products and things like that. You've got to give it a chance for your body to adjust to a new cleaning agent and a new conditioning agent and that kind of thing. So as long as you've given it a fair go, and you know that it's going to be a bit tricky, so pick a week that maybe you're not at work, a holiday or something like that, to try things that you don't want to draw attention to other people as to what trial you're running at the moment. That would be my advice. But I am always, always going to continue to look for the healthiest version of something for me, the least amount of chemical version of something for me, the least amount of processed foods that are good for me. That's an ongoing quest that I'm happy to share with you, because sometimes it just takes that one little thing that I've said today for you to go, oh my gosh, I need to change this. And it may not have had anything to do with deodorant, and that's okay. That's why I share everything. Somebody said in one of my previous comments, thank you for sharing all the photos and the reel, because that must be hard. Yes, it's hard to show my legs. Yes, it's hard to show where I've been and what I'm doing. But you know what? It's more hard showing it because you worry about the people that are coming on and having a little nosy. It's everybody else that's got lipedema, that's got hormone issues, that's, had weight loss surgery or wants to have weight loss surgery. They're the people I do this for, because I know what it's like. They're the ones I want to reach, and it's worth not worrying about all the people that might be being nosy for the sake of, oh, I grew up with her, what is she doing now? I want to be nosy. I don't care about them. Okay, I care about you. If you're sitting there and your lipedema is getting out of control, your hormones are just taking you for a ride, and you are miserable, I'm here for you. Okay, I want to help you. And if me testing things and sharing my photos and my raw, real stuff helps you, I've won. Okay, so there's no point in us in our life doing things and conquering things and getting somewhere with things that give us pain and hurt and, misery, if we're not going to share how we did that. It's not necessarily going to be the answer for you, anything that I talk about, but it may tweak something, it may trigger something to try something else. And that's what we all need to do with each other. We all need to share what's working for us. I've always said what works for me, what works for you may be completely different things, but you've got to have a starting point and you've got to research yourself as if you are your greatest exam you are studying for. And it's true, you are. Okay, so I'll get off my little soapbox, but that's why on Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. Western Australian Standard Time, I do cuppa with Kylie. And that is why, even though it's not as popular as these videos, because I talk about emotions, because I talk about, the hard stuff, the horrible stuff on those days, it's not as popular, but that's okay, because the people that watch that, it will resonate with some people. And I only care about reaching whoever you are and maybe helping you change things or try things depending on what, I've been getting into for myself. So that's it for me. Off my soapbox for sure. Definitely. I will put, I don't have a link or anything like that. I don't even know if they have an affiliate link. I should probably check that out. I'm not onto that sort of stuff. But I will put the link to the website down in the description box, because I did look it up after I said, I think one day during the week. I'm not sure if they ship worldwide, but they do. They are also in a lot of chemists, a lot of pharmacies, some supermarkets. Apparently they're supposed to be in Woolies if you're in Australia. I went looking, they didn't up here, but then that's, being here. It's a small town, so not surprising. But give them a go. And if you do and you're having a win or you have a different takeaway to what I did, let me know. If you use something else that is really great for you, I don't think there's anything out there that would stop the actual wetness, because that's the idea. We're not supposed to stop that. We're supposed to actually detox that way. Then let me know that too, right? I'm always open to new ideas and to see what else we can come up with to reduce the chemicals, reduce the inflammation, keep our hormones steady, and keep that lipedema down.